You know what's wild? It's how quickly life can just change. How everything that you had ahead of you, all the dreams, all the plans, all the details that you were stressing about, they can all disappear in an instant, in a blink of an eye. I used to think that I had all the times in the world, like there would always be a next time, next semester, next year, next week. I can just postpone everything there. But then something happened that really made that illusion fall apart. A friend of mine that I used to know since elementary school, he used to live in the neighborhood. I wasn't really too close to him, but we knew of each other. But I had known him since elementary school. He passed away. And it wasn't because he was sick. He didn't get into an accident. It wasn't something that you could see coming. But it was the kind of news that doesn't feel real when you first hear it. Like he was just here, just living. And all of a sudden he was gone. For a while, before I heard what actually happened, I used to just kind of think of everything. Maybe this happened, maybe that happened. And I was just in shock. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the fact that someone that I used to know is no longer here. Even if I wanted to, like I could no longer see him. And that moment when I heard the news cracked something open in me. Because it just made me realize that life doesn't warn you. It doesn't tell you, hey, this is your last time seeing them. It doesn't really tap you on the shoulder before it changes everything. It just happens. And since then, I've just started seeing things a little bit differently. Like the arguments that I always used to replay in my head, it didn't really matter anymore. The insecurities that I really obsessed over, it felt small in the face of something so final. And this pressure to always be achieving, doing and just proving something, it felt hollow. Because when I thought about my friend who passed away, I didn't really think of how much money he had, how good he was doing in school, how his social media looked cool or anything. I wasn't thinking about any of that. I just remembered his smile, how kind he was, how energetic he was to people that he met, how much of a good influence that he was to people, and just the way that he showed up in life. That's the only thing that I was thinking about, that I remembered about him. And from that moment, it just made me think, what am I really chasing? And what am I really forgetting to appreciate while I'm chasing those things? We spend so much of our time worrying about the future, worrying about what we're gonna do in life, worrying about what people think. We hold grudges. We avoid saying how we truly feel. We always keep on waiting for that right moment. But none of these really last forever. And that's not like meant to be sad. It's meant to be freeing. Because if nothing lasts forever, then this moment is everything. The people around you, the quiet walks, the laughter over nothing, it all matters more than we realize. I'm less interested in being perfect and more focused on just being present. And that helps me to not be scared of looking dumb. And I'm now just more scared of missing out on living. Missing out on all those things that actually make your life meaningful, that helps you reconnect with yourself, that makes you happy. Because the truth is, you can lose everything in the blink of an eye. It just puts everything into perspective. You can have plans next week and be gone before the weekend. You can wake up thinking it's just a normal or regular day and never make it to the end of it. And it sounds dark, I know, but it's not really meant to make you afraid. It's meant to remind you that this moment right now is what matters most. So just stop waiting, stop holding your breath for someday. The job, the trip, the person, whatever it is that you're afraid to do, just go for it. Because that someday is not really guaranteed. I recently heard about the football player Diogo Jota and Andre Silva, who are siblings, they're brothers. They recently got into a car accident and they both passed away. When you think about the Liverpool player, Diogo Jota, right? In a matter of 2 months, he won the Premier League title with Liverpool. He won Nations Cup with Portugal. And about 2 weeks ago, he just got married. He had his wedding. So he had everything ahead of him. Legacy, love, but it was gone in the blink of an eye. And that just puts everything into perspective again. That same shock that I got when one of my friends passed away, it just reminded me of how fleeting life can be. And it's scary. When I came back home today, I saw my mom and my grandma, and I just gave them both a really big hug, telling them what happened about the football player and really hugged them tight, told them that I love them and how scary life is, how unpredictable, fleeting it can be. And it's just scary, And what's even scarier for me is that people will forget about you soon. I mean, the shock will remain, but they'll carry on doing whatever they need to do. No one's going to care about how many followers you had on social media, how much money that you made. People will remember you from the way you made them feel, the kindness that you had, how passionate you were in life, how inspirational you were to many people, and the difference that you made on their lives. Your warmth, your love, the way you showed up when it really mattered. That's what really stays. So be here now. I don't really think it's about how long we live. It's really about how fully we live and how deeply we made others felt while we were here. Live boldly, say what needs to be said, love deeply, and just remember that none of this stays forever. I hope you guys just do whatever you want, do whatever you love wherever you are, and not really care too much about what other people will think of you, how embarrassed you would be if you try something new. Just go for it. That doesn't really matter. Just post that content you want. Say some things that you want to say to other people. Forgive, apologize, express your emotions. Just do what needs to be done. Because life is not guaranteed. It's not promised. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.